Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Board YouTube channel for today's Pick and Roll live stream for Monday, November 18th, starting off a new week here, and hopefully we can really get things going for the week and start out on the right foot. Pick and Roll this season is presented by the FanDuel Sportsbook. We'll be referencing a lot of FanDuel odds today. Great book for you to get signed up for, especially with the offer that they are still running for you guys today. Fantastic offer that you guys are missing out on if you're not taking advantage of. Right now with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, they're giving everyone 3 months of NBA League Pass. So all you have to do to cash in on this offer, to catch every tip-off and buzzer beater this season, is place any $5 bet on the NBA. You can follow along the picks from the show. A lot better to follow along the picks, having to be able to watch it live. Whatever your favorite team is, you'll be able to catch them as well. So why not sweat out the picks? Why not enjoy the season watching it live with this offer available from FanDuel? And on top of this, for a limited time, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. So next time you have a hunch on who's going to win or how many points a player will score, bet it on FanDuel and watch your picks come to life live with League Pass. So visit FanDuel.com/board to get 3 months of NBA League Pass, courtesy of FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bet, which expires 7 days after receipt. After 3 months free trial, the full price of League Pass will be automatically charged monthly. Cancel anytime. No refunds. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Limit 1 pass per customer. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelpline.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Nothing like a disclaimer to get you fired up for a Monday morning here. And also, we had a good day on Monday. It was a winning day, over a unit of profit. Could have been even better. It was a 3-2 day. We got the winner on a big SGP with RJ Barrett, Grady Dick, and the Pistons. The inverse correlated parlay. Easy winner on Gary Payton, the second under PRA. Easy winner on Wembanyama and Chris Paul, that parlay. We did not win on Joel Embiid and the Sixers. The Sixers lost. And we did not win on Trae Young, over 9.5 assists in our Hawks Wizards parlay. Trae Young, we need over 9.5 assists. Trae Young ends on 9 assists exactly. And if anybody watched the game, me and Pips were watching at the same time, messaging about it. There was one of the last plays of the game. Trae Young hit Jalen Johnson. He drove to the rim, pump faked what would have been the 10th assist, and kicked it out. But still, a winning day, Pips. Any comment overall? I know it was a couple of days ago, but any comment overall there?
Yeah, I mean, we bet Embiid and 76ers combined together. Embiid didn't play well. George played even worse. Embiid still covered the line. Sixers lost. They played awful. I mean, I knew their defense will be better, but didn't expect them to struggle so much on offense. So yeah, that was the loss. And Trae Young won. They were Koulibaly did a good job on him. They were denying him the ball at all costs. Like, they were just face guarding him, not letting him to get the ball. And Koulibaly did a good job. So even with that, we had the chances to catch this, as you said, but didn't expect them to go with that approach.
One of the good leans from that show was absolutely the conversations around Dyson Daniels on his steals. I don't know what number you guys would have taken it at, but I forget how many steals he had, but I think any number you would have probably taken, he would have covered. He had did he have 6 steals in that game? Do you remember, Pips?
Yeah, he had 6 in that game. Insane number.
So
yeah, I had privately 2.5 steals and blocks, and he got 6 steals alone.
Just steals. I had the over. I think I had the over 3.5 on the steals. So that was actually I may take 4.5. Whatever I took, it was a winner, and absolutely good on the leans perspective there. couple other ones just to mention. You mentioned Anthony Edwards threes. That was an easy hit. You mentioned Jalen Green threes. That I don't think he had any threes in that game, unfortunately. Yeah. But overall, for the official picks, it was a winning day. So we will move on from that. Let's jump into what we have today. Me and Pips have been asking for these like middle of the road sort of slates where, it's not going to be 15 games and it's not going to be 2 or 3 games. We got like 8 games today, I think it is. So a pretty good slate for us to work with. Let's jump in here. First of all, we're going to start with the Bulls and the Pistons. Spread here is 4.5 in favor of the Pistons. And over under here is 233.5 with the Pistons at home. Pistons have looked pretty okay this season. What do you think of this game?
Yeah, they did look great. Bulls didn't look great last night. I don't know if you catch up on Houston, but we were
I
up
did
30
catch up.
mid-third. Yeah, we were up 30 mid-third. This guy, triple-double in 25 minutes is insane. 20-point triple-double in 25 minutes. He played absolutely great. They were going to him, and yeah, it was just everything was so smooth, going really good.
I saw a pretty funny tweet after the game, which basically it was referencing the Rockets in general and said Jalen Green has the Rockets at I forget their record, but Jalen Green has the Rockets at whatever on the season. Like the casual NBA bettor thinks it's down to Jalen Green's play, but far from it, I'd say. I think he's definitely a piece.
I'll say I have the numbers. I think over the last 2 seasons, Rockets have the better net rating without Jalen Green on the floor than every championship team over the last 5 seasons.
You know what? I did see that as well. I wish I pulled up
NBA
the tweet.
stats. I think the NBA stats guy posted it last year, and the trend continued this year as well.
Wow.
They are. I think like in his minutes off, they are like plus 12. 13 plus 13 on net rating, which will be the number 1 by far in the league.
Let me try to pull it up here. I think they're like under 100 net rating when he's on, or offensive rating, and like over 130 when he's off the floor. It's something like
happened. That. Even in the 40 plus point win, the same thing happened last night. At the halftime, we were up 20. Jalen Green had negative plus minus, and we were up 20 at the halftime.
Yeah, it's you're winning almost in spite of his performances, and
yeah. Finally back-to-back good games from Fred VanVleet. He did have a great game there. Despite Fred VanVleet and Jalen Green playing poorly.
Yes. Any bets you're thinking of for this game here?
Yeah, I'll have a same game parlay, first one to start straight away. I will have bets straight, but it's a back-to-back game for both teams, so I don't want to be surprised with any shit. So let's go with let's start with Jalen Duren, our favorite guy.
He's on the thumbnail.
Yeah. You don't even know. Like, I don't know if you saw my tweet.
I saw on Twitter over the weekend. That's partially why I made him the thumbnail, because it was fresh on the mind.
So I'll just explain. Like, I had privately over 21.5 points and rebounds. He had two fouls in first 2 minutes. So he got 9 points and rebounds in first 2 minutes and 2 fouls. Like, unbelievable. Then he came back in the second quarter and third foul in 60 seconds. So he played 3 minutes in the first half and gets to the 9 points rebounds. Then second half, he got up to the 22 and got pulled because he got to the 22 and gets pulled 5 minutes left. It's a blowout, and then they take 1 rebound away from him, and he hooks entire world, I think, because everyone was on his 21.5 points rebound.
I hate to do it to you. I hate to make him the thumbnail, but
yeah.
It's really good if he's on the court.
Yeah, and he was 1 for 4 from free throw line as well. and to be
Yeah.
cooked. Yeah, he fucked up. I think so far this season, I think he lost the most money to everyone.
Twice in the last week, you've had a guy who had a stat taken away or added after the fact, which made it a hook loss. That's
But let's
incredible.
build his
Yeah,
double double, 10 plus points, 10 plus rebounds.
let's do it.
Uh, I'm doing it for same game parlay. I would probably stay away from doing it straight, but I like. I mean, if the game is close, he should get minutes. So that's
Just
the first one. Second one, yeah, let's do double double
well, yeah,
because
double double gives us a better price. That's odd, but
yeah.
double double start. So 10 plus points, 10 plus rebounds put us at -102. The double double
Let
line on its own is +105. So let's start there.
Lavin. So we are building the same game parlay of our worst enemies. So the Lavin is the next one.
All right.
20 plus for Lavin.
Oh boy, Duran and
Yep.
Levine together.
Yeah. But last guy should do us good. It's 15 plus for Jaden Ivey.
All right. Jaden
At least,
Ivey, 15 plus points. Zach Levine, 20 plus points. And Jalen Duran on the double double. Not the 10 plus points, 10 plus rebound line, because that's a worse price. We'll have double double here for plus 306 odds on FanDuel. All right. We heard about, we know a lot about Jalen Duran, but Levine is a guy I think you even said last show you don't like betting. So what is it about? You must really like his spot today. What do you like about it?
yeah, I mean, the stats are saying that the Pistons have good defense. They have sixth ranked defense because they are limiting transition and not allowing that much spot up. They are also good rim defense, but they are letting stars do well, like Trae Young 35, Jalen Brunson 36. So I do think Jalen Zach Lavine was pissed last night when he got subbed out for being a blown out. So yeah, I do think this is great. Like he scored 15 points against like Houston Rockets, difficult matchup in a huge blowout. Uh, yeah, I do. I like this for Zach Lavine. Like I think Vucevic should struggle. I don't see Kobe White doing well because they limit transition in threes. They limit transition in spot up. So if one guy one on one is cooking here, it's Lavin. I mean, last season is not important that much, but he had 51 in 19 in a blowout. So as a part of second game parlay, and this being a close game, I do like Lavin to score 20 plus here.
And on Jaden Ivey, what's the
Everything on
handicap with
Jaden
his
Ivey. Like
inclusion?
for Jaden Ivey, it's almost everything. Like this is a perfect matchup for him. If you take a look at this line this season, he killing this line. He scored 15 plus in 11 out of 13 games. But as we can see, he scores most of his points at the rim. Bulls allow the most at the rim. They are seventh worst in transition defense, sixth worst in pick and roll defense. They also allow spot up. Like every metric you look, it's a positive matchup for Jaden Ivey. So
And
I want to include that one too.
And for all of these big SGPs, if anybody doesn't know, from last season, we tracked these all at half units. You're welcome to bet what you like. We would recommend half a unit. You can even go 0.4 of a unit, whatever is comfortable for you. We track it at half a unit there. So Jalen Duran, double
So
double. Zach Levine, 20 plus points. Jaden Ivey, 15 plus points.
I'll also add just some stuff for Jalen Duran, so we cover everything. All of his points are at the rim. Bulls allow the most at the rim. The Bulls are ranked dead last as defending pick and roll. Rollmans, poor transition defense, and we can see like Capella had 20, Gobert 21, Gafford 17, Kessler 12, Claxton 12. So every run and dunk, I would say, type category of a player killed against the Vucevic. So yeah, I expect similar stuff for Jalen Duran.
Awesome stuff. Keeping it moving. Miami hosting the Sixers. Sixers are a mess. They need to win. They're +3 on the road here. Over under, a pretty low one with Miami, understandable, of and 12. What do the Sixers need to do to win this game?
I honestly don't know. I mean, they got a lot of stuff from McCain, still lost last couple of games. Paul George needs to step up. Embiid won't do great against the Miami. That's the entire thing. The entire career thing, he always underperformed because they play zone and they put two on him whenever he gets the ball. They are fronting him to do not get him the ball. So yeah, this will be a rough matchup for the 76ers.
From a betting perspective, any matchup you're looking at here?
Nope. Hate this
Nope.
game.
All right. Let's move on. We've got a few games to go to. Monday is an office day for me as well, so I don't mind keeping it moving here. We'll go to the Wizards against the Knicks. The Wizards, probably the worst team in the NBA. They aren't record-wise. They actually might still be ahead of the 76ers. Everyone's ahead of the Raptors, but I think ability-wise, I don't think the Wizards would be favored against any team. They're plus 14 on the road against the Knicks, who are starting to put things together. They're above 500 now. With such great blowout potential here, is there anything you can comment on from a betting perspective that you're looking at?
Nope.
Another big no.
Yeah.
Hey, it's fine.
You are only betting overs against the Wizards, and when there is a blowout chance, you just stay away. Yeah, like you can't wait for Wizards to play at home and the game to be projected as a close one to smash the entire slate over almost. So this is a no bet spot for me.
No problem. I mean, we're 3 games in. We already do have an official pick, which was a big SGP. If you guys are enjoying the show, please make sure you hit that like button. It does make a difference to help bring new viewers to the channel, help grow the brand. And also, if you're new to the channel and you don't know what the deal is here, me and Pips are live every weekday morning for shows just like this. We go through the entire slate of games. Then we hand it over to you guys for the Q&A portion of the stream. So if you have any bets you like for today, have any questions, send them in the chat. I'll queue them up and we'll get to them a little bit later on. Next game up, my Raptors back at home playing the Indiana Pacers. Pacers are -4 on the spread. They're 6-7 on the season. The Raptors are 2-12. There is no worse record than that in the NBA, and I think by a couple games as well. Down in the dumps, Toronto. Lots of injuries. Only -4 on the spread. Do you think that's weird?
Yeah, I'm like probably because they played overtime against Boston.
Disgusting loss. Oh,
yeah,
painful.
yeah. I saw the Tatum's jumper to win the game. It was like, yeah, double troll. I think he made like 5 steps.
Yep.
He played the disco dance before shooting, so
yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, tough one.
I don't trust these Pacers, man. They
That's
lost
the thing,
to Portland.
right?
They lost to the Orlando without Banchero. They blown out by Miami. Then they win against Miami. Like such pure inconsistency on their side. So I am not going to do anything about their win or not in this game. I do think I'll have a bet on this game, which is multi-way parlay, but I must do it for this game because it's an easy matchup for a ton of players here.
All right.
Let's do Barrett 20 plus, Grady 15 plus, Mathurin 15 plus.
Back to the well.
Yeah, I just like this is so far we won I think twice on Raptors.
Once was a lean, I think, and Friday we had this involved in a bet which did win.
Yeah.
Just these two?
Yep. Mathurin as the last one. I'm thinking between Mathurin and deciding between Mathurin and Siakam. But looking at the matchup for Mathurin,
say just because drop coverage, I'd say Mathurin just because of the Pirtle drop coverage.
Yeah, I'm taking Mathurin because you guys allow the most free throws in the league, and he's free throw machine.
That's and the Celtics game specifically, free throws I think were a part of the strategy. They were fouling. Like, granted, some of them were soft. The Raptors were
Yeah.
fouling like crazy in that game. All
So
right.
yeah, this is official bet -1 2. I know it looks like kind of a lot. I have an interesting data. I don't know if I can find it, but I think like the first two options that have lines like 18 plus hit the over against the Pacers in like 92% of the games this season. Like it's like 21 out of 23 or something so far this season. And yeah, that's I'm just taking these like first. I'll go through it. I go through the first the AJ Barrett. I don't like the player. That's
I
so obvious. But if you take a look at the similar players on this one, I think this is the biggest tell. I'll zoom in a bit more. Franz Wagner 29, 28, Ingram 26, Tatum 37, Banchero 50. So like he is like drive heavy guy, and drive heavy guys are killing against the Pacers so far this season, like France and Banchero. He scores like 46% the rim. Pacers allow just a ton there. He scores most of his points as pick and roll ball handler, which is a change from this season, but and free throws, like perfect matchup for both of these. Like we saw the by 27 field goal attempts against the Boston Celtics. Like he just he must do it. Like
Honestly,
there's no
like
other option.
the Raptors have nobody who can handle the ball other than him because like their point guard's Davion Mitchell, who's not a threat. Barrett has the ball so often, and his usage is so high as a result. And all he's got really is those drives, as you're
Yeah,
mentioning.
and that's the thing to do with single coverage of Pacers.
Pacers, yeah,
And second part of this bet is Grady Dick. I'll just look. So last couple of games,
he's been
Boston
bad.
was a difficult meta for him, I'll say.
Yeah,
But against the Pistons,
Derek White smothered him all game. To be fair,
against the Pistons, 25% field usage. Against the Bucks, 32% usage. Then two games with quickly, but without him, he was consistently getting 25 plus percent usage. So in games where he get 25 plus 5 plus percent usage, we can see that just a second to this. We can see that he averaged 28 points, and yeah, that's crazy. Even if you take a look at the a bit lower, like 22%, he still crushes this line. He scored 17 against the Pistons with 4 from 17 from the field, which is crazy. Why do I like this bet? I like it because even though the Pacers not allowing spot up, they are terrible on off-screen coverage. I think we saw that last night. Like Duncan Robinson scored 20 plus points, and I do think the way Grady Dick is playing is very similar to Duncan Robinson. I'll say maybe even like more confident on like mid-range stuff,
I
but
definitely I see
coming
it.
off the screen, he'll be wide open. And with them lacking stuff, I think they'll play Jacob a lot. And yeah, I think this is actually a pretty good spot for Grady. I know he's been struggling a lot lately, but his usage is just insane for this kind of soft spot. So
And
yeah,
if
and
go ahead.
yeah, say you can say.
For Matherin, I don't know if you were going to mention him, but he's been playing really well as a starter. Pirtle's in drop coverage. He's going to have some space there. As you said, free throws. And an additional angle is Matherin's Canadian playing in Canada. If I recall correctly, last time he played, or the times he has played in Canada, he steps his game up. He wants to impress. He's probably going to
Yeah.
have a lot of family at this game, and he's got every incentive to play well tonight.
I'll just show this. This is incredible. So I'll show like last 9 games when he started. Since he started,
Wow.
21.9 points average. He killing this line, but the matchup is absolutely incredible. Raptors allow above the average transition, the most free throws, a ton of to spot up, ton of to insulation, ton of to pick and roll ball handlers, like all around. And when you look at the like wings against the Raptors, Brown like they score 23% points above their lines. line set. So we can see Christian Brown 17. I mean, I won't go to the players like Jalen Brown, but Jalen Brown is similar type of a scorer to the Maturin, like he drive heavy, paint heavy, 27 Reeves, 27 Norman Powell. Like everyone crushed the lines. Like we can see, like last 11 wing players, small forwards, where 10 of them went over their lines against the Raptors. So it's actually almost like a perfect spot to Benedict Maturin.
I like it. Yeah, definitely like it. I have a question similar to the Q&A stuff. I'm thinking Tyrese Halliburton's matchup today going up against Davion Mitchell. Halliburton's been struggling, and his PRA line is about the same it has been in other games. Any comment on the Halliburton and Davion Mitchell matchup today?
I mean, this is not an easy matchup for him, but his usage is above this line. His efficiency isn't. So it's just betting that he'll continue performing poor. But
Okay.
we can see similar type of player: Fox, Jamal Murray, Edwards, and Donovan Mitchell. All five stayed under their lines against the Raptors, which is incredible. 11 points less than average. But yeah, I'm not betting unders against the Raptors.
Okay.
But I do win under, of course. It's
Fair
a back-to-back. So yeah.
We'll move on to the Rockets playing against the Bucks. We've got a spread here of 3.5 in favor of the Bucks. Rockets second night of back-to-back, though the first of those two nights was the resounding win over the Chicago Bulls. Milwaukee Bucks starting to find their feet a little bit. They're up to 4-9 on the season, but favored at home. Do you agree with the spread?
It's only because the Rockets are on back-to-back. Otherwise,
Okay.
I'll be all over the Rockets in this one.
Yeah.
And finding the feet is
Well, they're winning they're winning more games than they were winning. Yeah, they beat the
they won against
Raptors.
they won against the
They
Raptors,
did
and
lose to the
then
Hornets. They beat the Pistons
they beat the Pistons in
in
overtime. Yeah,
overtime
Lillard
and had
didn't
to
play,
come
but
back from like 18 down and get some good officiating. Look,
yeah.
they've won 2 of the last 3. They only won 2 of their first 10, I think it was. So they're winning a bit more now.
Yeah, hope they lose tonight. So it trends even more to back Doc getting fired. I tweeted about last game against the Hornets. They only lost because of Doc Rivers. Like he put a terrible strategy. They went with 2 on the ball against Lamelo Ball, while they had Ajax and Dylan Wright defending
Yeah.
him. They just played the up coverage, and then they had like guys like Miles Bridges. Grant Williams, I think I don't know who was the guy that scored a lot. Let me just check for a second. They had Josh Green with 15 points, Miles Bridges with 19 points. Like they were leaving wide open threes instead of just letting Lamelo score in tough matchup. So their defense was falling apart. They put Brook Lopez on the level and hedge. So Moasa Diabate had 10 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's incredible how poorly he constructed everything. Like it makes zero sense.
That's Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
With that in mind, anything from a betting perspective for this game?
My
Alperen
guy,
Şengün.
Alperen Şengün. I know it's not up on the FanDuel because I don't know, back to back probably, and that's the reason he's not up there. But we are betting his points, rebounds, and assists over. I don't know if it's up. Maybe it is up. No, it's not.
Not on FanDuel.
I don't know.
32 and
They
a
just
half.
added Jalen Green a couple of minutes ago, but not Alperen Şengün. So Alperen Şengün over 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists. It's widely available at -115, -111, -120. I'll play up to -120, but it's widely available.
Okay. We'll track it. Widely available, -115, -111 out there as well. up to 120, which is available in a couple places, and keep an eye out if this one's available on FanDuel. You mentioned Lopez playing on the level. That's allowing for bigs to get some looks on the inside. Is that the similar handicap for this game?
Yeah, I'll just go. Let's say like Şengün, when he gets the minutes, he's crashing this line. We can see that he's over in 8 out, and that's only with 26 plus minutes. I expect him to play like it's back to back, but they didn't play much to him to last night. It had only 26 minutes last night. I expect him to play like probably like 32 to 34 tonight. He covered this in 8 out of the 11, average 37 points, rebounds, and assists. Uh, he covered this in some tough matchups like Dallas, where he had 33. He had 36 against the Clippers. I would say Clippers are probably the most similar matchup to this one, as they had played Zubats in drop coverage against him, but they did help inside. Bucks, I don't think they will help a lot, and he still got to 33 in a blowout win. Earlier, he played 30 minutes and was 3 points, rebounds, and assists short, but he didn't convert very well on the potential assist, and his scoring was awful. He was 6 from 14. But overall, yeah, I did like Bucks are allowing a lot of mid-range stuff, and he has a floater and mid-range shot added. They allow a lot to the pick and roll rollmans. The spot up there, he'll be wide open for the pick and rolls. Poor in transition. Overall, Bucks are not a good defensive team. Like they are below average. And last season, Şengün had 20 points and 21 points in games against the Bucks. In this season, he improved a lot on rebounding and assisting. His touches are way up. His potential assists are way up. His rebounding chances are way up. So he had two straight triple doubles. So yeah, I think we can maybe I don't know what's the number for triple double. Can you check to see
Yeah,
what's the number?
let's have a
I
let's have a
think
look.
it's in play again. Like he's playing absolutely amazing.
To record a triple double, not up on FanDuel. Let's check elsewhere if we have this up. I'm seeing plus 2,200, plus 2,500, plus 1,800. Best in market that I can see is plus 2,500. Was a quick check here.
Yeah, I mean that's a
Pretty
good number.
Decent spot. Maybe if you want to sprinkle, but we're going to be taking the points, assist, rebound line, 32.5. This one's moving. I'm looking around. This one's moving in places. So this is definitely one for the live viewer. And also, please make sure if you're watching later in the day, see if FanDuel has this one posted. Not at the moment right now. Yeah, I'm looking around. I think we'll track this. I think we'll track this at minus 120 because this one. I was just looking around. This one's moved pretty quickly. So minus 120 or better. There's a lot of places that have it at minus 120. That being said, so yeah. No issues get it for anybody watching live to get this one. That's why you watch live. If you want to help us out, just already 3 official picks in play. You can also subscribe to the channel, drop a like, help boost us in the YouTube algorithm. Moving down the list, 3 more games. We've got Atlanta against the Sacramento Kings. Pips is turning on the lights because it's getting dark in Croatia. We have Atlanta +5 against the Sacramento Kings. Over under here of 236. You have not been a fan of the Sacramento Kings this season. They are 8-6. The Hawks are on the opposite side. They are 6-8. Anything you see in this game?
I see a lot, but I don't know if I'll have the official bets. With Hawks being a back-to-back, Kings. What Fox did in the last couple of games is, I like if any other player did that, I think they will be all over the social media.
Well,
and I didn't see any posts about De'Aaron Fox.
I saw a couple. So he has over 100 points in the last 2 games played.
109 back-to-back game.
A 60-point game in a loss to the Timberwolves in overtime. Scoring 60 and losing is unbelievable, but his scoring has been insane.
Yeah. I would
That's
say
true.
it's not his fault. Kings suck. So yeah, and the other team had a player named Anthony Edwards. So
That's true. But I mean, man, scoring. He got his 60th point, and it was in the clutch in overtime. It wasn't like they were blowing them out or anything. They needed all of those points, and they still were not able to win. You absolutely have to feel for De'Aaron Fox in that one. But no bets for this one, as you said. So we can move on to our final two games that we have on the slate. Just lost my page here. Second last game, Golden State against the Los Angeles Clippers. Golden State had a really strong start to the season. That has continued. They're 10-2. The Clippers 7-7, which is 10th in the Western Conference. That'd be a lot higher if they're in the East. So it's not bad by any means. But the Warriors on the road, 4.5 favorites. That showcases how well they have played this season. What do you like in this one?
I like maybe the Warriors. uh, Clippers played last night, so I don't know. This is they played earlier this season, and Clippers won by 8. I think this was a game when Kyrie got injured. Uh, yeah, this one is rough. Like the Warriors' perimeter defense is absolutely incredible, but they do have problems inside. Like they are third against pick and roll ball handlers, and they are second best against transition, and they are not allowing anything from three. Like they are like playing really good defense. So it's battle. Like they'll stop James Harden and Norman Powell probably, but then they need to handle Zubats inside without any size. I would say inside. On the other side, Derek Jones will be. I think it's a decent matchup for Curry. I think he can do great. So yeah, I don't know. Like it's interesting to see like Steph Curry 23.5 points. That line is really low considering he just
He's
scored
questionable
36.
tonight as well. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's playing a
yeah. He
part.
scored 27 against the Boston, then 36 against the OKC, 37 against Dallas. Yeah, that's I don't know. Looks low. Looks kind of low. Maybe if he's not healthy, that's the reason. So with him being questionable,
Yeah.
we can't bet anything here.
So we'll move on to the last game. Keep ourselves rolling here. Or is that was the last game? That was the last game.
Uh,
I got my.
Suns and Orlando. Suns and Orlando is the
Oh,
last
I
game.
missed it. Okay, I skipped this earlier, which is why I did think there was one more game. But anyways, we have one more game. Orlando on the road at the Phoenix Suns. Orlando favored by 3.5 points. Phoenix Suns are going to be continuously without Kevin Durant, but also now Bradley Beal is going to be missing a bit of time. On the Orlando side of things, I don't believe anything has changed. We have Paolo Banchero, who remains out, Wendell Carter, who's doubtful for tonight. But on the road, Orlando's still favored by 3.5 points. You think that's an accurate spread for this matchup?
I don't know. I trust Mike team to do well here, even though they are short-handed. I think it should be like even. But maybe I'm underestimating Orlando Magic defense as I was against the 76ers. But 76ers are just like posting up and beat against Jonathan Isaac, which was terrible idea, and not doing any movement. While on this side we have Suns who are moving around a ton. But Orlando Magic, interesting data, but they are low the least above the break threes and third least points in the paint, which is absurd to have both on the same team. And they are
Yeah.
second best defensive rating in the league, playing below average pace, not allowing assists, not allowing like they don't allow anything. So I'm not betting any overs on the Suns, not even Devin Booker. But on the other side, I do like Suggs spot, but I will not make official bet. Will remain at the 3 we have. But he's weird. He had put better numbers. Like I'll show you example. Like Suggs this season, before Banchero injury, he was putting crazy numbers. So this is like first 4 games with Banchero: 21, 25, 17, 28. Crushed this line 4 games with Banchero. Then Banchero goes out, and he suddenly can't make a bucket. He is over in 4 out of the 8 and has shooting 38%, 13%, 50%, 33%, 60%, 40%, 30%, like all over the place, like very non-consistent, like 30%, 15%, 60%, like all over the place. It is a decent matchup against the Suns, even though the Suns are like average defense, but he scores most of his points in transition, which is a great matchup as we can see because Suns are terrible in transition defense. They are allowing second most, but they don't to pick a roll ball handler. Sorry guys, but they don't allow spot up and free throws, and that's how he scores a lot of his points. So overall, the line set too low, I would say, because there's no Banchero, so it sucks and Frank's usage, but he's so inconsistent, so I can't bet on him.
All right, fair enough. We've got 3 official picks in play. Let's move to the Q&A portion of the stream for this one. If you guys are enjoying the show, please make sure you've hit that like button. If you're watching on Twitter, drop us a like, maybe consider sharing, and head over to the YouTube channel at The Board HQ to get in on the comments as well. First one from Fries, talking about the Pacers spread against the Raptors. It was 4 on FanDuel. It was 3.5 elsewhere. I can just double check if that is still the case. I believe it is. Not a lot of 3.5 out there, but it exists. Regardless, I think I mean, Pacers are away from home. Raptors have had a night off here. That's going to be factoring into this line here. The more I look at it, the more I think it's more of a fair price, especially with the Raptors keeping games close this season. There's absolutely blowout potential, but I can kind of see why the spread is the way it is. Pips, any comment on the Pacers-Raptors spread?
I don't know. Like, try betting -10 for the Pacers. So if it's a blowout, you get the good price.
Yeah,
But
honestly, that might be a better way to approach it.
yeah,
Alt line.
Turner, Mathurin, Siakam, Halliburton, TJ McConnell, Obi Toppin. I mean, they are a better team. Like that's
For sure.
no individual. Like I'll take probably every player of the Pacers out above every player. I don't think I'm taking Turner over Jacob. I think I'm yeah.
Pearl's
I'm
been
not going.
on unbelievable lately as well.
I remember when last season I had battles about his offense, and I was like saying like these guys don't understand that he can score a lot. He's actually good.
He's like automatic
He
in the
can,
paint. He just turns
yeah.
and pushes it, and it's it. He
He
was
was
like
not,
16 of
just not
19
didn't have
against
the
Celtics.
yeah, and he didn't have the usage. They were not going through him, but now when they do, like he's scoring 35 on Boston Celtics on 17, 18 shots, which is unbelievable. He always was I will say for bigs above average skilled guy without any questions in the league.
Yeah,
So I think people are finally seeing that he is not poor offensive player and he's great on defense. He can play from the elbow. So overall, I think every player of the Pacers is better than every player of the
the
Raptors,
Raptors.
but except Jacob.
Yeah, I
I'll say he's better than Miles Turner. I think Miles Turner is a bit overrated because he can shoot, and that's it.
agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed there. But I don't know. I don't mind betting against. Listen, I took the Pistons spread against the Raptors. I don't mind betting against them. This is not the spot for me. But I think with the pace of this game, there's absolutely blowout potential. So alt line might be the way to go there. Next question comes from Leon asking about Josh Giddey's over 21.5 PRA as the Bulls are away at the Pistons. Just going to confirm the price. It's 20
that looks
best price in the market is now 22.5 -104, which is available at FanDuel. But there is 21
yeah.
and a half out there.
Yeah, I do think this is incredibly low. I don't know why he played only 50 minutes last game, but this looks incredibly low. If you take a look at this, like he crushed these lines, even against the Thunder, even against the Pelicans, even against the Memphis Nets, uh, Wolves, Cleveland, like those are way, 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 way more difficult matchups than the one tonight. So I maybe the minutes are the minutes like they are way down. Like okay, it was a blowout against the Houston. He only played 21, but let me just look. Yeah, minutes wise, he started. He was playing 30 plus. Recently, he's like mid, like 25, 28, 21 with in a blowout. Maybe it's the minutes. I don't know. Like could be. Overall, I do think he should cover this against the Pistons. I don't think Pistons care to defend him at
Well,
all.
there you go. Leon might have a good spot there on Josh Giddey PRA.
Yeah.
I know there's 21 and a half out there, but it is heavier juice. So the 22 and a half at FanDuel minus 104 is the best in market currently. Dimitro asks about the Rockets' first half spread of +2. I don't know. I don't think you typically run first quarter or halftime spread numbers at all, but you're a Rockets fan, so do you have any comment or any word for this?
I actually don't because Rockets are known this season for like great runs in the late third and not playing well in the first quarters at all this season. They are always behind and then catching up entire season. Case in the games even they when they win, they are far down early and then they are catching up. So uh, I don't like the first half spread on my Rockets.
Fair enough. On to the next one here. We got two more. Any more? Please send them in. Leon also asked about Bam's points line at 20 and a half. Feel like this is too high. I'm looking at it. It's actually 19 and a half across the board at this point. Do you think this is too high for Bam Adebayo? I know it's come down, but 19 and a half now. Do you think that's too high?
I think there is a huge chance Butler is back. Yeah, I think there is a huge chance Butler is back, and Bam Adebayo against Joel Embiid. They were forcefully feeding him last couple of games, but I do agree that that seems a bit high, especially against Embiid. Like, okay, they won't send any doubles inside, but huge body to score on. Like when you look at this, it's Pacers twice easy matchup without Butler, Pistons easy matchup, Denver easy matchup, Wizards easy matchup. So all games that he scored, they're very easy matchup. If we exclude bottom 10 teams in the league, bottom 8 teams in the league, he averaged 13 points this season. And even this is mostly because Pistons and the Denver Nuggets, the overs he went, Denver are terrible against the rollmans and bigs. Jokic is not doing much there, and Pistons overall also not great against. And it was 20 points in a overtime game in 44 minutes with shooting one from three. I think yeah, that's a high line. I would, especially with possibility of Butler being back. I do think that should be like 17 and a half at best.
A couple of good ones there from Leon then with Bam line maybe even still being a bit too high at 19 and a half. Yuto in the chat says Jalen Suggs 4 assists seems easy, bro. Bro, don't eat. This is a terrible. This is a horribly worded comment. I don't even understand if this is a bet on the over or the under. 4 assists seem easy. Bro, don't even be getting one. So is 4 assists under the easy bet? I don't know. If you were betting Jalen Suggs assists and you had to bet one side or the other at 3.5, heavy juice over 3.5, or heavy juice under 4.5, what would you be looking at here?
First, Suns are not great assist matchup. His numbers since Banchero went down, kind of went down, even on the assist part. When he gets 30 plus minutes this season, he kind of goes over this line. Yeah, I don't know. Like, tough to say. Tough to say.
Probably a
Like,
sharp
no
line
opinion.
at current.
Sometimes when someone asks me, like, do you like this player over? I said no. And then they, oh, so you do like him for under? No, I don't like anything for this player. And this is the case. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to comment that further, a big misconception. So if somebody is a really bad sports bettor, like not like if somebody's a bad sports bettor, like a handicapper is known to be a losing bettor. If you were to fade all of their picks, just play the opposite side, you would probably also be a losing bettor because you're just coin flipping. He's coin flip or he or she is coin flipping every game, and if you're
So
just fading, you're also in then turn coin flipping every game, and you'll probably be a losing bettor.
I was debating that on the Twitter I think, month ago. Some guy was fading these stars. Like you guys talk about it on Circles Back. I think a couple of names that are like terrible bettors and Ben the Better, like couple of these guys that are terrible bettors and they're losing long term. There's a girl that's losing like well, what's her name? Like I don't know. Like there are a couple of these accounts and people
For legal reasons, I won't say her name right now.
yeah so they don't they fade her and a couple of guys and they are betting a huge money on it and they are saying it's a great strategy and I was like commenting like what the fuck are you guys talking about? Fading someone who is losing is not a great strategy. And like 100 people for maybe even more from that guy came all over to my tweets and talked shit on it without any math explanations, just saying like I'm wrong. They made a ton of money fading them. Like okay, I'll do it for a year and come back to me and show me your profits. Like that. That's not how it works. If they're like losing 45% of the time, which makes you earning money fading them, that's just variance. Like they can't. So if you bet other way, if they bet other way, they will win 55% of the time. So it's like you are good handicapper and taking other side. Like they are not. They are just picking sides. Like
So,
without any.
so if somebody's just a betting personality, they may not be a sharp bettor. They're a betting personality. And a lot of betting personalities are not good bettors. They're probably coin flipping, so essentially they're guessing on the game. They'll probably win about 50% of the time, which will lose long term, accounting for the VIG. Therefore, if you bet the opposite side of the coin flip bettor, you'll win 50% of the time or so. You will lose on the account of the VIG.
Yeah.
Betting,
It's pretty
fading
simple.
a losing bettor does not equal you being a winning bettor. As complicated as that is.
It's so simple. Like one-on-one math. Like so simple basics. And I will say 90% of the Twitter don't understand that stuff.
I just think that there's a lack of understanding that winning 50% of your bets does not make you break even. Like obviously not accounting for like just assuming you're betting close to like most people would not bet further than minus 120. They're probably betting minus 120 to like plus 100 in that range.
Yeah.
If you're betting if you win 50% of your bets, you're going to be down long term and by a lot as well over time. That's how they make their money. That's why the house always wins there. We're not flaming Utah here. We're just referencing in general. This I don't know how this spun from the comment on the Jalen Suggs assist, but if just because Pips doesn't like an over doesn't mean he likes the under. There's a middle ground and a sharp price that and there's a gray area there that is neither winning or losing.
This discussion, if you can prevent someone from losing money doing this, I think it's a great thing. Right? Like people should talk about it more because most people, sharp bettors, don't talk about it because they think it's a common sense. But it's not a common sense for recreational bettors, and there is like very huge props to sharing that idea so they can learn from it. Because you, a guy went from like 1,000 followers to 30,000 followers account because he was fading and it was a hot run. So 30,000 followers in quick time.
Big
So that means
influence.
a lot of people are doing that, and they will lose long term. Like
Yeah, I think that's part of the. I think it's part of the problem. There's very large accounts that lose over time. Mask that with creative social media methods, and they're a trustworthy source to people who don't know any better. And as a result, they take their word for it, and it's difficult to convey pretty much fact. Like you can back up what we're saying here with just pure math, which is what a lot of betting is. But hopefully, like you said, we can reach someone today and help them out on that. But I think that will do it here. Gambling Twitter is dumb as hell, which is why on the Circles Off YouTube channel, I'm producing a show called Circle Back with Rob Pizzola featuring every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Jeff Feinberg typically featuring other guests as well. We go through the best/worst of gambling Twitter on the show, and it's a fantastic show. Head over to the Circles Off YouTube channel at Circles Off HQ. Tuesday mornings, 8 a.m. So I'm about to head to the office now to record an episode, and that'll be out tomorrow morning. So if you like conversations like this, you will love that show. Final question here, because this one is directly referenced at me. Sorry, I just moved it here. Football related, but I am a Giants fan. The Giants are benching their starting quarterback. In the offseason, they spent $5 million to sign a backup quarterback. They have decided not to start their backup. They're going to their third QB, Tommy DeVito, and are starting him instead for their next game. Why the Giants are starting DeVito instead of Locke? First of all, I don't know, because Locke, I would assume, is better than DeVito. Second of all, they signed Drew Lock in the offseason to be the backup, and now with his chance to be the backup, they are not using him. But I guess the thought process is Locke is expiring contract. DeVito is as well, but they can bring him back. Here's his little test run to see if he can be an actual backup for next season. That's all I can think of there. But yeah, that's a classic Giants. Sign a backup quarterback. Don't use him, and you could have used that money on maybe bring back Saquon Barkley or signing a starting cornerback, but that didn't happen. Yes. Yeah, what an atrocious organization. I'm just a fan of some of the worst teams in sports. It's been a painful couple of years here, but what isn't painful, hopefully, are the bets on the show today. 3 official picks in play. Here they are. Here, if you're tailing the picks, please make sure you hit the like button. If you enjoy this show, please make sure you hit the like button. And because me and Piz are back here every weekday morning at 9:45 a.m. Eastern time, make sure you subscribe to the channel. First of 3 picks, Chicago at Detroit, 3-leg parlay, big SGP, Jalen Duren, double-double, Zach LaVine, 20-plus points, and Jaden Ivey, 15-plus points. We're taking that plus 306 odds at half a unit, as we do for all big SGPs. Bet what you like. We recommend half a unit. 0.4 is even fine, I'd say. Second bet in the Indiana-Toronto game. Raptors at home. We're taking RJ Barrett, 20-plus points. Grady Dick, 15-plus points. We're running those 2 back from the Friday show. The third leg this time is Ben Mathurin, 15-plus points in his homecoming game in Canada. Minus 102 odds at FanDuel there. Final bet, our guy, the star of the pick and roll show, Alperen Şengün, over 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists. We played at minus 120. That was widely available. That's the highest that we would go on that one as well. It was moving, but live viewers, you got it. You want to make sure you get all the best odds? Catch the show live right here. Again, every weekday morning, 9:45 a.m. Eastern time for Pick and Roll presented by FanDuel. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching.